I'm here sui juris in propria persona. I reserve all rights. I, Jonathan Troy Colin Schuster, comma beneficiary and sovereign, and here under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary.
Welcome back to the Courtroom, folks, and buckle up because this one's pure chaos. Today, we're revisiting one of the internet's most bizarre repeat offenders, Jonathan Schuster, the self-proclaimed sovereign citizen from Washington. You might remember him from his first meltdown, where he claimed to be an American Samoan national, a title he somehow thinks exempts him from U.S. law. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. This hearing is a perfect storm of legal nonsense, stubborn defiance, and judicial patience being tested to the absolute limit. You'll hear Schuster deliver lines straight from the sovereign citizen playbook. I reserve all rights, prove jurisdiction, and the ever-popular fraud, duress, and menace, none of which mean what he thinks they do. But stick around, because the judge's composure, the lawyer's restraint, and the sheer absurdity of Schuster's claims make this one of the most jaw-dropping courtroom exchanges you'll ever see. Let's get into it.
Which you are now a real party and interest to. I'm here sui juris in propria persona. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and I don't understand. So I do need some questions answered. Is there a bond on this matter?
I believe you were PR. Actually, bail was set at $2,000.
There is a bond on this matter, correct?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and so is my social security number attached to these charges in any way?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
I don't have any record of your social security number. So as far as I know, I don't know your social security number.
No, I'm saying is my social security number attached to these charges in any way?
Only in the extent that it's connected to your driving history.
So is that a yes or a no?
In some way, shape, or form, your social security number is in the system with records on you. That is true.
Okay, so you just told me there was a bond, which means this is a commercial court.
It's not commercial.
Now you're saying that my social security number is attached to these charges. And so, which means this is assessed a case trust action, which you are a real party and interest to. And I just told you I was the beneficiary. You're supposed to be charging the trust. You're not charging the beneficiary. And if you're creating bonds against my trust without my permission, I don't understand. Are you saying you're committing?
And here we go. The first classic move of any sovereign citizen, declaring the courtroom commercial. This bizarre claim comes from the belief that courts secretly operate as financial institutions, trading human beings as assets through trusts. It's total fiction, but Schuster clings to it like gospel. Notice how the judge stays calm, even as he strings together random legal buzzwords like trust, beneficiary, and bond. These aren't arguments. They're word salads meant to sound official. What's fascinating here is how calmly the court engages him, despite every sentence sounding like a bad Google Translate version of a legal document.
Jurisdiction of this court.
This matter cannot move until you've proven jurisdiction, and you failed to do so. And if you cannot prove jurisdiction, then this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice because this is a commercial matter. I'm a non-U.S. citizen American national by way of American Samoa. I'm the beneficiary. I am here sui juris in propria persona, and we cannot move any further on this matter until this is either dismissed with prejudice or you can prove jurisdiction.
So what would you like to do with your case? I assume, Mr. Parent, that you are not representing?
So the man cannot speak for me.
He's not speaking for you, but I am asking him a direct question, so I need you to let him answer.
Okay.
Yes, so the court did appoint us on this matter, but it sounds like he does not want my office to represent him, so I'm happy to withdraw.
You can dismiss yourself.
So would you like to represent yourself in the matter, Mr.
Please
Schuster?
do not tell me to shut up. You can dismiss yourself.
So he can't dismiss himself, only I can dismiss him. I'm asking you if you wish to have an attorney or if you wish to represent yourself.
This is a trust or sophisticated trust action. And so I'm here sui juris in propria persona. You know what that means. And so we can prove.
Don't know what it means because it's nonsense, but nonetheless.
Prove jurisdiction or we can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
So I'm not going to do that today. Here are your choices. You can have Mr. Parent represent you. You can choose to obtain private counsel, or you can represent yourself. Let's start there. Which of those
Nobody's
three?
going to represent me. I can present myself, as I said.
So you wish to go pro se? I don't need you to read the script. I need you to tell me if you wish to go pro se.
I told you, I'm here sui juris and propria persona.
Ms. Roberts, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
My inclination is to set this matter over and see if Mr. Schuster wants to give it another shot with his attorney or go pro se. It looks like this is the first pretrial. I suspect he's not prepared to set for trial today.
What is the first one? There's no plead.
Okay, I'm not speaking to you, so you're going to have to wait. I'm speaking to Ms. Roberts.
I mean,
Judge, I would ask that we set this matter over 1 week.
Okay. Do you want to come back to court in 1 week and try again?
we can finish this matter now.
We
There's no
can't.
need to
We
move
can't.
this any further because
So here's
it's
the
not
thing.
proven jurisdiction.
Here's the thing. It's not my position today to have to prove jurisdiction to you.
It is. It is your position because
It's
it is
not.
on the courts.
And I'm also not going to argue with you.
There's no
So
argument.
I'm going to have you come back to court in 1 week.
There's nothing you can prove that you have jurisdiction. This man does not speak for me.
So we're going to come back to court on July
That doesn't work.
1st.
That date doesn't work
Why doesn't it work for you?
because I'm a man. I have things.
This is where every sovereign citizen hits their main talking point: prove jurisdiction. They love to demand that the judge provide physical proof of the court's authority, as if jurisdiction is something you can print out and hand over. The irony? By showing up, speaking, and arguing in that courtroom, Schuster already acknowledged the court's jurisdiction. That's how the law works. Presence equals participation. But instead of understanding that, he doubles down, convinced that his sovereign status gives him immunity. It's like arguing with gravity. The more he resists, the harder the fall.
Here multiple times under duress with threats from your end, and I have no more time for this matter. And unless you can prove jurisdiction, there's no need for this matter to move any further.
But you're going to come back on July 1st at 9 a.m. If you don't come back on July 1st,
Are you threatening me now?
I'm telling you, there's going to be a bench warrant issued if you don't show
You're
up. So
threatening me now.
I'm giving you the choice of showing up
No,
or a
I'm
bench
giving
warrant
you the
issuing.
choice to finish this matter now or be responsible for your actions.
We'll set this for July 1st.
Would you like to be responsible for your actions and set this further? Because you can do that, or you can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
I'm not going to do that today. So July 1st, 9 a.m. back in this courtroom.
Me. Abigail, what's the reason for the threats, Abigail? You violated my rights enough.
We'll just hold Speedy for this
You
week, Ms.
violated my
Roberts.
rights enough. This matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice,
We'll see you back on July 1st.
or else what? You're going to threaten me?
Or else the court will issue a bench
So
warrant.
you're threatening me now, Abigail.
I am telling you your
I'm telling you
options.
this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice because you cannot prove jurisdiction. This is a
Signature here.
trust action.
Signature here,
You're trying
please,
to
sir.
commit fraud.
Sir,
You're
Mr.
trying to
Schuster.
commit fraud. Miss, I'm
So-
speaking with Abigail.
You're done.
No,
you're
no,
done.
you can't tell me I'm done.
I
This
can.
is no, you don't have power to do that.
Your court case is
You
over.
don't have power to do that.
Sir, your hearing is over. If you don't take your paperwork and leave the courtroom, we'll have you remanded into custody.
You're threatening me now,
I'm
even more
Giving
so
you
than
a
already
choice.
were. And if anybody tries to touch me, I'll charge them with assault and battery. So I will be gone.
And there it is, the magic phrase, I represent myself. Judges dread this moment, especially with sovereign citizens. Representing yourself is legal, but it's a double-edged sword. It gives Schuster full control and zero protection from his own ignorance. You can hear the judge trying to confirm his decision, but Schuster keeps circling back to his script, repeating sui juris like a spell that's supposed to unlock some secret legal power. It doesn't. The judge's patience here deserves a medal, because most of us would have hit the mute button long ago.
We can address Jonathan Schuster, 480525748.
For the record, this man.
Why don't you come up to council table, please, so we can create a record.
No, I don't want to give you any personal jurisdiction, so I'll stay right here.
No, you'll come to the council table if you would like to be heard and make a record. So you need to come up and turn on the microphone.
No, I don't need to do that for me to be heard.
We are audio recording, so to be heard, you need to come up to the table and sit with the microphone.
You don't have to, I don't have to come up there for you to hear me. You can hear me perfectly fine.
I can hear you, but we are creating a court record, which is audio recording.
Jurisdiction by doing what you said, because you don't have jurisdiction over me. And so, for the record,
Mr. Schuster, I
reserve all rights.
put Mr. Parent as standby counsel. Right now, you don't represent yourself. You have standby counsel.
Appoint counsel to me
Well,
without my permission. He has no permission to be my counsel. I'm here sui juris, appropriate persona. I, Jonathan Troy Humiliated Colin Schuster, am here under fraud, menace, and duress. I have made a special appearance to this court for those reasons. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not answered that challenge, Ms. Jennifer. And so I have some questions for you.
well, right now,
Are you able to answer them?
I am not here to be interrogated by you. You are under the jurisdiction of this.
What's going on here.
I think you understand and you choose not to
I do
take
not
in the information.
understand
Okay, well,
what's going on
Mr.
here.
Schuster,
I don't understand the nature and cause of what's going on. I don't understand how you can practice law from the bench. I don't understand how you can appoint counsel when I've told you over and over and over again that I am here sui juris appropriate persona. I'm here of my own right, in my proper person. He does not have...
This part is gold. When asked to return to court, Schuster flat out says he can't because he's a man and has things to do. It's the sovereign citizen version of telling your teacher you can't come to class because you don't consent to learning. Notice how the judge remains steady, keeping authority without escalating. Schuster keeps interpreting every word, even a court date, as a threat. But what we're really watching here is power versus delusion. One grounded in law, the other floating in fantasy. And spoiler, only one of them wins.
Permission to represent me in any way.
well, it doesn't sound like you know how to represent yourself either, which you would,
represent myself.
well, you would. Either you have counsel or you are acting pro
Represent
se.
myself. And so, like I have told you, I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court. You have not answered that challenge. We cannot move any further until you've answered that challenge. Is this common law jurisdiction or is this an admiralty maritime jurisdiction?
Either. So,
Right.
Mr. Schuster, this is Carmen McDonald. I'm the prosecutor on this particular case. I think where we're at right now is you're being charged with an offense. I can barely hear you, which means the record that you're trying to make is not being picked up and not being recorded. So everything you're saying is not being preserved unless you go to the table up there near the microphone. So that's number one.
For the record, I reserve
If you
all
would
my
like-
rights. If you would like, I will step up so you can hear me better, and I will
None of
speak
it's being
louder. I will
preserved.
speak louder so you can hear me, but I reserve all my rights, and I'm speaking much louder than anybody else prior to me has spoken.
Mr.
So I just
Schuster,
want to make sure the
Mr.
reporter
Schuster,
can hear me.
you are making legal arguments. All right? You are making legal arguments. They should be preserved for the record, which means it needs to be picked up and recorded.
I will
So-
begin again so that the recorder can
Not
hear me.
choosing to be silent, you're choosing to make a legal argument. So we need to have that on the record.
For the record, I reserve all rights.
You've made that.
I, Jonathan Troy Humiliated Colin Schuster, have made a special appearance under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary Jennifer. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, which has not been answered. This is a Social Security Sestake trust action, which you are now a real party in interest to. This is a military admiralty jurisdiction under maritime law. However, you must realize that you have no such jurisdiction without also having a valid international contract in dispute. I am not aware of having entered in any international contracts, so I deny that any such contracts exist. Will you please instruct the prosecuting attorney to inform the court if there is such a contract? And if so, place it into evidence.
Yes, the sovereign citizen's favorite mic drop. This matter is dismissed. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You can't just declare a court case over like you're casting a spell. The judge gives him every out, multiple times, but Schuster insists on talking himself deeper into trouble. He accuses the court of fraud, demands dismissal, and even warns about assault and battery if anyone touches him. It's courtroom theater at its finest, except the only person who believes it's real is him. This moment perfectly sums up the sovereign citizen paradox. Loud, confident, and completely powerless. Clip 6. Round 2, and nothing's changed. Same arguments, same delusions, just a new day. Schuster's still obsessed with the idea that saying, "I challenge jurisdiction," somehow freezes the entire legal system. He keeps invoking common law, admiralty law, and social security trusts, all mashed together like a conspiracy smoothie. What's interesting here is that the judge refuses to engage in his fantasy language.
Whether or not you're able to proceed in this matter. So whether or not you're able to understand the nature of the proceedings and be able to assist your attorney or to represent yourself, you have to be able to meet that threshold. And the fact that I think it's not that you don't understand, I think it's you choose not to understand and that you have someone giving you information that you are spewing in court. So you're simply off base, but I don't know that it's due to a mental defect that is causing you to not be able to
challenge my competency because I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not proved jurisdiction.
In Social Security or contract
You
or
have to prove
maritime.
jurisdiction before we can move any further.
So that's just not how it works in this court, and I don't think you have the legal.
You must prove jurisdiction because I have challenged the jurisdiction. If you cannot prove jurisdiction, then I move to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
That's denied.
And so, Miss Jennifer, can you prove
I'm Judge Grant, so I'm going to have you.
Can you establish the jurisdiction? Can you prove jurisdiction?
Ms. McDonald, I don't know that this is him not understanding.
I do not understand the nature or cause.
He doesn't have legal training, so that I think is
that does not matter.
Well,
if I'm here sui juris and propria persona, I'm of my own right. I'm in my proper person. You've created a bond on this matter. You've attached my social security to this matter. You're trying to charge my trust without my permission, which is illegal. It's fraud, and I'm not going to stand for that. So you must prove.
The moment a court legitimizes that nonsense, it gives it power. Instead, the judge keeps it procedural, focusing on his behavior, not his beliefs. And that's exactly how you handle a sovereign citizen. Clip 7. And that's where it ends. Another sovereign citizen crash landing in reality. Jonathan Schuster's Courtroom Circus is a textbook example of how misinformation can warp someone's understanding of the law. No matter how many times he shouts, "I don't consent," the law doesn't require his permission to apply. The judge, meanwhile, deserves serious credit for handling this with patience and professionalism. Calm in the face of chaos. If you found this case as wild as we did, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think courts should even entertain this nonsense? And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns every week. Because trust me, the next one, it's even crazier.